Well, fresh off his trip to the Sundance Film Festival, Herb Stratford back in our Fox-11 studio this morning. Welcome back. And are you warmed up yet?
I am. It was a little cold, but hey, with this weather here, you can't beat it.
Absolutely. So we'll get to a few of those Sundance movies here in just a second, but a few feature films coming out in the theaters this weekend that some people might be seeing. That Awkward Moment.
Yeah, and this is, of course, kind of a buddy comedy with three of the hot young guys right now. Michael B. Jordan, of course, coming off of Fruitvale Station, Zac Efron, and you've got Miles Teller, who is red hot right now. Three best friends trying to navigate that situation when you got to figure out, is it your buddies or is it a girl? You know, is this love? Are we going to keep going on this? So
the lifelong dilemma.
Yes, and it's rated R, so it's definitely, a little bit more of an adult comedy. But this looks like it could be some fun for a certain audience.
So if you like cheesy movies, maybe that wouldn't be a bad date movie, I suppose.
Absolutely.
But also another good date movie, possibly Labor Day.
Labor Day, of course, by Ivan Reitman, who is the director who gave us Juno and Up in the Air and Young Adult with Charlize Theron. This is a movie about Josh Brolin as an escaped convict, and he basically takes Kate Winslet and her son hostage in their house while he tries to figure out his next move. And they have lost the man in their house, and so there's kind of some weird things going on there. They're not sure if he's really guilty or if he's just wrongly accused. Kind of an edgy thriller, a little different movie from Ivan.
Yeah, dark, a little bit dark there, it sounds like.
Absolutely.
And if we're going back to our Sundance Film Festival talk, what were some of the best movies that you saw?
Well, we talked about it last week when I was on air, but after we talked, I went and saw a bunch of other movies, and so three more that really stood out for me very strongly when I saw them were Last Days in Vietnam is the first one. It's a fabulous documentary about the fall of Saigon in 1975. An amazing film, great archival footage, really lays out hour by hour how the government pulled out of Saigon and how they tried to protect the people that were helping us during the Vietnam War. That's a fascinating one.
You also saw Raid 2, and you really are hyping this one up.
This one, the first Raid movie, it's an Indonesian martial arts movie, and it was just unbelievable. Nothing you've ever seen. This movie takes it times 10. It's 2.5 hours long, probably the craziest car scene I've ever seen. Everybody was just, their jaws hit the floor. Potentially one of the best action movies ever made. This is what people are saying. This will be out in April, so you're going to look for this one.
Wow, so it will be out in the theaters.
Yes, it's
fantastic.
Amazing.
Definitely look forward to that.
And then an odd kind of offbeat film that got a lot of attention this year is called Kimiko the Treasure Hunter. Nice little story about a Japanese woman. She's an office worker. She's obsessed with the movie Fargo. And so she's convinced that there is a buried treasure that when Steve Buscemi buries the cash in the snow at the end of the movie, that it's still there. So she leaves her job and travels to Minnesota to try and find this money that's buried in the snow. And it's kind of sweet, kind of odd, and just a really interesting, different movie.
Fantastic. So how many movies did you see in you were there for about a week, right?
About a week, and I saw 26. So
26
movies.
Right. Gotcha. Fantastic. Herb Stratford, thank you so much for joining us, and welcome him back from his trip to Sundance. I consider him one of the luckiest guys from that trip. Well, Fox 11 time now, 8:19. We're coming right back.